Welcome to Apex in 5 minutes, and this is today's user story. Build guided banking journeys to collect a user's name and email, then create a lead in Salesforce. So immediately when you are asked to build a guided user experience, OmniStudio immediately comes to mind. But before we actually start planning how we are actually going to incorporate OmniStudio, let's first talk about the domain, the financial services domain, since we are building something for banking. So it's very competitive. Speed and compliance is literally everything. So every customer interaction needs to be guided, consistent, and compliant. Errors or even lengthy trainings when it comes to upskilling call center agents cannot be afforded. That's why OmniStudio is perfect for this. So with OmniStudio, we will actually be able to deliver guided user experience. And this will now reduce friction for both agents and customers while also ensuring compliance is met at a UI level. And that is even before any of the records hit Salesforce. So that is why we are actually planning on using OmniStudio for the solution. So let me just quickly make a note of it. So the domain problem, wait, let's the main problem. So service request, and what we need to ensure is that there's direct flows, and this will now reduce errors and improves compliance. Next thing we need to ensure is also, because this is a low code solution, and what that simply means is that it will actually be produced very quickly, and there will also be a little or less reliance on developers. So when a change is required, not a lot will be required because it's a low code solution. So this is perfect for an environment where it's very fast paced, things constantly changing. So that's why this is OmniStudio is a perfect solution for this. So small change. Okay, next, reusability. What's amazing about OmniStudio is that you can actually use it in different consoles, experience sites, chatbots. So it's quite reusable. So, okay, perfect. And best practice, let's just quickly talk about best practice. Sort of explanatory. So, OmniScript, we'll be using OmniScript for the UI. And for the backend, we'll be using DataRaptors, and for complexity, we could also add integration procedures. Salesforce interaction. Okay, perfect. Okay, so perfect. So we've jotted down and spoken about the domain issue, or spoken about the requirements regarding the financial services domain. We've talked about why we think OmniStudio is the best solution for this issue. Next, I'll just quickly take a few moments just to create an architectural diagram, just so that we can get a visual representation of what the solution will look like. So just give me a moment. Okay, so I've actually quickly created an architectural diagram. So I used Mermaid. So I didn't draw this myself. I literally just used Mermaid. It's a tool that a JavaScript tool that allows you to use code to generate a diagram for you. So you can also actually create an ERD diagram, and not just a flowchart, even a sequence diagram. So if you perhaps an architect or system analyst, I do suggest that, especially if you enjoy coding, creating something using Mermaid might actually be quicker, and you actually create amazing things with Mermaid. So I just quickly use Mermaid. So let me just exit this. Let's explain what happens. So the channel layer is just basically where the OmniScript will be located in. So it could be an agent console, it could be an experience cloud site, it could be a mobile app. And the UI orchestration just simply means where what the user will be interacting with. So the user will be interacting with the OmniScript. And when the user is inputting information and the user clicks submit, the DataRaptor will actually now interact with the lead Salesforce database and create the lead. And also, if we would like to add more complexity, which is fairly optional, we could also add a integration procedure. So that's just the plan for this project. So let's get started. Also, let's quickly. Also, we're ready by OmniScript. So I'll select new. So let's call it capture lead underscore bank. And the type could just be capture lead. And the subtype could just be bank. It's always good to add a subscription, capture. Okay, it could be short and sweet. Loading. Okay, perfect. So, okay, these are different steps, or another way of thinking of it. Okay, so it's literally a step. So we'll just need one step in this situation. So we could just call it lead creation. Call it the lead creation. This is the part. This is where you can actually add different things. So I'll just quickly add a text block. And in this text block, I would just like to simply say these enter details below. Please perfect save. Okay, next the inputs. So we simply just go to bold once again, and let's get some inputs. Okay, just okay. So yeah, text input. So we'll okay. So let me just copy or copy copy this another time. Okay, perfect. So one is going to be first name, the first name input. Let's do that quickly. And last name. Next, we will have an email input. Okay, cool. Next, we are going to have to create a button, and this button will be connected to a DataRaptor. So DataRaptors are the back end of OmniStudio. So they can perform post. In other words, they can load something or input something into a database. Extract allows you to get something from a database. Transform allows you to actually adjust or change something. So we are going to use, wait, great. So because we're creating something, we are going to post something. So let me just put it there. Perfect. So you just go to the button. So, well, button properties over here. So we will just call this submit details. Yep. So two buttons. No. Okay, let me just change it to submit. It looks a bit weird. Submit, perfect. Perfect. Let's go to the DataRaptor. So we are actually, okay, let's call this DataRaptor lead grade. DataRaptor lead grade. And let's create a new DataRaptor. The new DR lead. Great. Okay, perfect. Okay. So here's sort of the fun part or the more complicated part, but it's actually not that. So you just have to identify which object you would like to post something in or input something in. So we would like to input something in the lead database or lead Salesforce object. Then we are going to select the fields that's going to where this information is going to be inputted in. So what's amazing is because we created this after creating the OmniScript, links will already be available. So we obviously have to link so let me just show you, wait, I'll show you. So we have to link the text inputs to the fields or the columns in the database or the Salesforce object. And this allows you to do it quite easily. So we'll just type first name. And as you, first name, lead creation, first name. And as you can see, it already gives the first name. And we also now, so this is the first name. And now you can easily match the two so that we're matching the first name from the OmniScript with the first name in the lead object or lead database. So let's just do the other two fields. So last name, your last name as well. And then finally, email. Cool. Perfect. The last thing we have to do is now actually test all of this. So how we could simply test it is we can actually go to the input and type a input. So I'll start my name. Surname. Oh wait. Let me save that Gmail. Didn't double check though. My name there. Cool. Invalid JSON. Why is it invalid? We save. Still invalid. No, it's not. I think maybe it's because there's commas in the email. Hmm. What is incorrect? Okay. See what's happening. Is there a comma required? Unless, okay, I think it's because it needs double brackets. Whatever reason, doesn't like single brackets. That actually might be the problem. Yep. Don't be like me, guys. Double brackets always. Double brackets. Okay, perfect. So it should execute now. Still invalid JSON. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we actually have created the lead now. So let's quickly just go to leads and we should actually see my name. So let's see lead. And there you have it. Okay, so let me just also quickly test how everything will look. So let me quickly test the OmniScript as well after the DataRaptor has been created. So simply just click on preview, give it a second, and let's quickly just add a name, Rich, and let's call it man. So Rich Man, I guess. That would be a crazy name. And surname Rich Man at Gmail. It actually used to be my nickname, Rich Man. So now we click submit. And as you can see, a lead has been created. Also, just to double check or confirm, we can go to leads and the lead should be created. Rich Man over there. Okay, so once again, thank you for watching.